Okay, welcome to another lesson on common mistakes. Today we're looking at prepositions. If you would like to do this course, then please sign up for it on my website, skype-lessons.com. It's £10 and you get lifetime membership. You'll get access to all the new lessons that I make all the time. Okay, so let's look at prepositional mistakes. We've got 12 mistakes today and all of these are really common. Prepositions are a nightmare in English. We have a lot of prepositions and there's not much logic to how exactly we use them, and sometimes multiple correct answers are possible, but multiple wrong answers are also possible. And I think that we use prepositions differently in different geographies. In fact, I'm sure of it. And so, for example, on the weekend or at the weekend, well, my boss told me that on the weekend was wrong and at the weekend was correct. That was a long time ago when I started teaching. But if you check Google Ngrams, which tells you how often you see on the weekend, at the weekend, that clearly shows that on the weekend is more common nowadays. And so is at the weekend the right answer, or is on the weekend the right answer? It's a difficult question. The dictionary, such as Cambridge, says at the weekend, but people more often use on the weekend. And so you can see how tricky this question is with prepositions. They change over time, the most common prepositions, and the combinations that you see, they change all the time. So look at number one. He was upset of this. Unfortunately, no. I think the best one here is he was upset by this, or maybe he was upset about this. And that's because both by and about are usually be upset about something or be upset by something. Yeah, he was upset about the news. He was upset by the terrible weather on his holiday. Yeah, but we normally use with somebody. He was upset with his mum. He was upset with his brother. Yeah, something like that. But you can be even upset at somebody, although that one I've put in brackets because it's rare. And in my opinion, if you say upset at somebody, it sounds more like a little bit angry at that person. And remember that we do say angry at someone or with someone. Yeah, so upset with somebody or upset at somebody, similar to angry. But I do feel like if you use the at, it starts to sound more like a little bit angry when you're upset at somebody. But I think that one is rare. With, about and by are the most common prepositions with upset. And remember, it's about and by something, but it's upset with somebody, okay? So that's a tricky adjective to memorise in terms of prepositions. Okay, let's try number two. She pushed the princess to the pit. Now that means towards this pit, this hole in the ground. That just means towards, but the student meant into, yeah, into the pit. Into would mean like that, you know, if this is the hole, into means into the pit, whereas to just means towards. So it's not wrong if you mean towards. She pushed the princess towards the pit, to the pit, okay, but into if she fell into the pit. If she went into the pit. Remember that into is that it's got motion in it. Yeah, where you go into a room, you get into a car. So there's always motion and you fall into a hole or a pit. So that's why it's push somebody into the pit. Okay, or you can push somebody into the room. You could push somebody into